Hey guys, welcome back. Jay here for another episode of the My Team Career Mode on F1 23 for the Singapore GP today in Season 2. If you did not see the last episode in Monza, well, that was a good one. We ended up winning that race, spoiler alert, from second on the grid, and we were absolutely flying in Monza, as I said, getting the win. And then that brings some interesting news to the table. We still have a mathematical chance to win the championship. So, therefore, this last part of the season, this last couple episodes of the season will be probably our toughest challenge yet to see if we genuinely have the potential to go on and win a championship in our second season in Formula 1. I think we're about 65 points off of the leader, maybe a bit more, but it is still mathematically possible for us, not the constructors, that's way gone, but for the Drivers' Championship, it's still mathematically possible for me to win the championship in our second season in Formula 1. So, this this weekend's going to be important. If we can stick it in the top 5 for qualifying, and hopefully stick it in the top 5 for the actual race result, we might have a good chance of increasing our odds of winning the championship. But I don't want to get too cocky, obviously, so we're just going to try and take this weekend. Obviously, we're going to try and push as hard as we can to get as many points as we can, but also we're going to try and keep it as fair as we can. Don't go for any risky overtakes. Going into this weekend, I will need to take a new engine, 2 new engine components, as you saw there while I was talking about the race. But let's get straight in to free practice 1. There's nothing really much about free practice 1, just trying to get, again, as many discounts and R&D points as we can, so it is well spent and it's not just us wasting time actually doing practice. So we are just gonna take some risks. We're not gonna go for ones that take too much time. As you can see there, I did have another chance to get it, but I just thought I'm not going to waste too much time here. So now we are about to go on to the final practice session, going for 100%. That's all good. But what thing we did learn last time out was Ferrari and McLaren, they have some very, very good pace, especially Carlos Sainz in that McLaren. He can fight for wins. He's definitely got a car for it, and so did Max Verstappen. He was fighting for the win in Sergio Perez, but I don't know if this will be a different story like it was in real life with Max Verstappen getting knocked out in Q2. My heart kind of sank, I have to admit. But Liam Lawson did really well in the actual race, who knocked Max Verstappen out. But well done to Carlos Sainz for winning his second race in Formula 1 in his career, both with Ferrari. Great achievement for him. Lando Norris on the podium again, and Lewis Hamilton got in third place after George Russell binned it on the last lap. Around the last, I think it was like 4 turns, he hit the wall and went straight into the barrier. But we did take a new engine. I don't know if this is a different part that's starting to fail. As you can see there in the bottom right hand corner, we are starting to have some engine wear, so maybe we'll take an engine penalty depending on what it is and how much wear it is. I won't imagine there'll be too much, but our first lap is only good enough for P19, so we are going to go again in the first part of Q1 for our second lap here, but we are going to take it nice and easy round the left hander. Now it is a good first couple of turns, but you can see that everybody is starting to go out, but we're going to try. I've not carried enough speed through there. That's going to lose us a lot of time, and I can't take that turn faster. The car just didn't seem like it wanted to slow down much around that turn, but the car doesn't feel the greatest, doesn't feel like it did in Monza, and I was firing for there. I didn't even see what it was, but As you can see, that we do have some engine wear, as I said. So really, there's nothing much we can do about it, unless we want to take an engine penalty, almost sliding the car, but we go up into P6. That's a nice little lap there, gets us up into P6, but by the end of it, we're going to be in 14th. And now, I think this might be our final run in Q1. This is our third lap. We're just about half a tenth off on our time, but we're sliding all over the place. The car just feels a bit slidey. Doesn't feel like it's just this track, but you can see that carried a lot more speed through that right-hander. We're about a tenth and a half up on our time, so good progress. We do set a green sector 1, wasn't expecting too much, but round the left-hander now in that heavy braking zone around the right-hander. But we're about 4 tenths up, maybe 5 tenths up by the time we reach the final part of the lap, which has changed as them 4 turns at the Singapore Grandstand have been removed. But round the final turn where Lance Stroll binned it in Q1, we're not going to bin it, and we're going to go back up into the top 10. We're going to get a lap time good enough for P8 by the end of Q1. Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz top the top 2 spots in Q1, with George Russell in third. And you can see there the McLarens do have some really good pace, and yes, Mercedes have wrapped up the constructors, but maybe they might be under threat. Lewis Hamilton might be under threat for the Drivers' Championship. But going into Q2 now for our first lap, we're going to try and take it nice and easy. We are going to try and push, but we're not going to spin the car or anything. Try not to push too hard to the point where it does spin. But we're going to go right around that right-hander, nice and good there. But we are going to come down the straight round the right-hander, and now we're going to go down into the left-hander. But you can see there it was lighted up purple on the mini-map, but lighted up green for our sector. Yes, it is our first lap, so maybe that is something to look at. But we are going to come around the final 2 turns now, again avoiding the curb so much that we don't bin it. But we are going to go up into P1, and our teammate Pierre Gasly in P2 in the early parts of Q2. That's pretty good for the team, I do have to admit. Pierre Gasly had a bit of didn't have the best race in Monza, so maybe this might be his bounce back, and he might score some points for the team. But apart from that, Monza was pretty good. We're about 5 tenths up on the time. We're absolutely flying. Purple sector 1. We might generally have the pace. I don't think we did in Q1, but we might generally have the pace for Q3 and for pole. We're 1.2 up on our time. We're going to come around that left-hander. We're going to come around the second last turn. We're going to come around the last turn, and we're going to go a 1:31.2. That was a pretty decent lap, but by the end of it, we're knocked out in Q2. Oh my god, our teammate has out-qualified us by 7 tenths. I'm lost for words. We're knocked out in Q2, so my thoughts are, yes, it's only at like 60%, but my thoughts are, just take near enough that part there so we can have a bit more advantage. Let's go to the race, which is soaking wet.
That briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Ocon, Perez, Gasly, Verstappen, Doohan, Albon, Zhou, Liam Lawson, Tsunoda, Bottas, Magnussen, Stroll, Iwasa, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, De Vries, and Iceman. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And a warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who's beside me in the commentary.
Also not the best of qualifying start at back of the grid with engine penalties as well, and it is going to be a full wet race. And the longest race of the season is going to take me even longer to record now that it is soaking wet. But let's put that behind us. 5 red lights now, and it is lights out, and away we go. It's an okay start for me, but it's a good start for Nick de Vries. I'm already falling behind, but it's a bad start for Guan Yu Zhou. There's a mass amount of cars that are just piled up into P17. Meaning that straight away we're going to get past Lance Stroll down into turn 1. We're going to get past Magnussen there, past him, getting a good exit, and he's going to fight it just a wee bit, but there's a snap on the rear, just saving it there. We're up into P15 in the first couple turns, but we get a good exit as I'm stumbling over my words, and we're going to get the run on Valtteri Bottas down into the left hand. Is he going to fight it too much? But we almost go right into the back of UK Tsunoda. I couldn't slow the car down enough, but we do get past UK Tsunoda in the Alfa Romeo, but we do get past Liam Lawson and Alexander Albon, making a massive move, but the yellow flags behind us. Is everything okay? I don't know, but we're up in to P11 on lap 1. We might generally have some really good pace here to maybe get up the field and maybe in the top 5 where we kind of need to be to still be in contention for the championship, I am pretty sure. But we're going to go for the lunge on Jack doing down the inside of the left-hander. What a move that was. And we're up into P10, but with our teammate Pierre Gasly in front of him. Do we play the team game here and let him stay in front? No, we're not. We're going to dive down the inside. It's a fair move. We're going to go a wee bit wide on the exit though. Pushing him a bit to the exit. My mishap. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Setting purple sector 1 in the chance of doing that, but we almost crashed there. As we go round the left hander, now we go a bit wide, and that's going to give our teammate Pierre Gasly a great run down into turn 1. It's also going to give Jack doing a good chance down into turn 1. We're going to try and wrap it round the outside of our teammate. He's going to push us just that tiniest wee bit wide, but we do get past our teammate Pierre Gasly once again, and we're back up in to P9, and now we have a bit of work to do to catch up to Verstappen here, and we might generally only have pace for the bottom few points, but Gasly's been attacking me, so is Jack doing for the last couple of laps, but we accidentally check the vehicle condition and not the weather reports, and we are going to check the weather report, and it is gonna be another 20 minutes of rain, so by the end of it I'll just let my team engineer speak, but by the end of it it's gonna be another 20 minutes of rain, so for the remainder of this race it is going to be intermediate conditions, and again the longest race of the season is going to take me longer, but as I was saying, we might only have generally pace for 10th or 9th, but that's okay, it's still points. But now we've pulled out quite a lot to Liam Lawson, and the virtual safety car is deployed as Logan Sargent is out, and why can't it be a full course safety car? It looks like he's just off a track, and that is massive, but it's not really going to do anything because I can't pit for new enters, because then it's going to show me down the field, and it is a possibility to go on the enters for the last couple of laps and maybe have a bit more pace, but I don't think I'm going to risk it. I'm just going to stick on and it wasn't even going to be worth it. The VSC is ending anyway, so it wasn't going to be worth it to pit and get the tyres on because I wasn't nowhere near the pits. But return to the racing speed, there's nothing much I can do, so we are going to come around the left hand hairpin down the straight now, getting on the throttle, but we are a bit hesitant just because it's a bit rainy. But the safety car, the actual safety car is back out again. Literally a couple turns later, it's back out again, so we could pit and get new tyres on this car and go, but we don't have enough clean air behind us, so we are going to stay out and just hope for the best. But I am going to try and push just that wee bit more. Yes, it is going to be hard because of the delta, but I was going to push a wee bit harder, just try and get as close as to Ocon and Verstappen as I can. I'm going to build up the gap and then go for it here. But again, we're going to have to slow all the way down around the right-hander and now slow down a bit more on the straight as we almost go right into the wall. That would have been a bad way to end our Singapore GP after a terrible qualifying, getting knocked out in Q2. Generally thought we had the pace to go on to Q3, but there's nothing much you can do. In the virtual safety car is ending again, so nothing much we could have done there on lap 15 in this race. We are going to go back to racing speed, and now, even with my kind of scuffed tyres, I am going to try and push. But on the final lap of this race, we're going to come around the left hand, but we're going to go wide, and that's going to give Alexander Albon a great chance to try and get on our rear for the final part of this lap. We have absolutely knackered our tyres. We're on the red part of our tyres, but here comes Mr. Alexander Albon. Is he going to go for the dive? He doesn't have enough pace going down that straight to get the dive bomb. We have a bit more pace through the turns, but we're going all over the curbs. Can't keep the car on the actual road itself, but we're going to go into the left-hander. We're going to go too tight. We're going to get a bad line out of it. Sergio Perez wins the Singapore GP, but you can see there our rear tyres are absolutely shot. Round the right-hander we go. Alexander Albon is still behind us. Is he going to get the move on us? He's going to be right up our gearbox as we go down the final straight now. He's going to maybe eye up a move going into the final turn. He is going to eye up a move around the final braking zone, sorry, I think. But we're going to go wide, and he's going to have a great chance, but we're going to rejoin the track just in time. We're going to keep P9 as we go round the final two turns now, and we're going to come P9, our lowest performance in the last couple of races, but it is still points in the Singapore GP.
Brilliant stuff from Red Bull today. What a superb victory. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Mixed conditions offers up so many variables, so many opportunities as well. I think it was a great effort from everyone. For those who scored points, fair play. To win it, wow, hats off.
Red Bull are our winners.
Unlike real life, our Red Bull is going to come out to greet that top step of the podium with a big smile. Max Verstappen comes P2 and Esteban Ocon a surprise P3, but it's a double podium for Red Bull, unlike this weekend where Carlos Sainz, as I said at the start of the video, won his second F1 race in his career. But it was a good race all around for the Red Bulls. It was an okay race for us, nothing to write home about, but at least it's still points. It's as much as you could ask for in Singapore. It is a challenging circuit, and it was a very, very wet Singapore GP. But if you did enjoy that episode, 2 points there. But if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when you subscribe so you can get updated when I upload a new video on to the channel. But our teammate comes P18, didn't have the best races ever, so it's a tough one. 2 races where he's not scored points, but as you can see, they're 62 points away from the Drivers' Championship, so it is still there, but we're going to have to wait until Qatar to see what we can do. But I will see you in Qatar for the next race, and I will see you later. Bye bye.